Well, hello there again. I'm Robert Fifth, and I just want to post a quick video. I'm off to Germany tomorrow, so I'll have a video all about my adventures in Germany coming up. And of course, I'm continuing my deep dive into 1983. But I just wanted to put this quick video out here because the Beatles have a new cash grab. And I just wanted to do some quick words about it because about a year ago, I did a video on the Revolver reissue with the remixes and the outtakes and talked about how it was a cash grab and whatever, and some people kind of said, no, it's not a cash, it's an absolute cash grab. All those remixes albums are cash grabs, and so is this new Anthology 4. And I will, again, explain why. But I wanted to make this video because I think from what I've seen on the internet, a few other people have come around to my way of thinking and discovering that, yeah, these things are kind of cash grabs. Well, yeah. I've been saying that for a while. And it's not necessarily the material that makes them a cash grab. It's the way that they're being distributed. It's the way they're being put out. One of my main arguments about these Beatles reissues, remixes, like Revolver was the specific one I was talking about, is that you couldn't just buy the outtakes, which is all I'm interested in. I don't care about Giles Martin's remixing and trying to whore off his father's legacy and the Beatles' legacy and insert himself into the Beatles' history or whatever by remixing all, because of the kids, the new generation, and all. And I made the comparison to the old when they colorized all the black and white movies back in the 80s because the kids don't like black and white movies and they ruined all of them, and that's all been put aside. And just like those Beatles remixes, they've kind of been put aside now. Nobody's listening to those anymore, as I predicted, because it was all a cash grab. And my point was, you couldn't just buy the outtakes, which is what I was interested in, the demos and the outtakes and the different, alternative versions of things and the studio chatter and all that. You couldn't just buy that. You had to buy the Giles Martin remix to get those things. And even Revolver even came with the original mono Revolver. You couldn't just buy that. You had to get the Giles Martin remix. Well, they're doing it again. You can't just get Anthology 4, which has just been announced. Very exciting news, more Beatles outtakes, I'm all about it. The only Beatles, I've only bought a couple of those Beatles remix projects, and it was just to get the outtakes. The White Album was the big one for me because it had that whole acoustic session on there where they ran through all the songs at George's house acoustically, and just fantastic. That's the reason I wanted it, and those bonus outtakes on there as well. But as far as the remix from Giles Martin, White Album, I listened to it once and was like, yeah, that's nothing, and never listened to it again. I never actually listened to the Red and Blue compilation remixes. I've never even heard those. I heard they're terrible. No reason to listen to those. Don't really care that much about Free as a Bird and Real Love and Now and Then. I mean, they're okay. The video was clever. But that's not what I mean by cash grab. I mean, you can't just buy what you want. You have to buy these remixes, and they're doing it again. You can't just get Anthology 4, the new release. You have to buy Anthology 1, 2, and 3 along with it to get it, which if you're buying the vinyl version, ends up costing about $350. So that's a cash grab. There's no defending that. Sorry, you can attempt to, and that's cute, but there's no defending that. That's a cash grab. Now we've gone beyond the pale. We've gone beyond the defensive. There's no defending that. I'm sure at one point they will release this piecemeal and just do Anthology 4 as a release after they're sure that all the crazy frantic Beatle fans have bought 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in a package. And let's face it, if you're a Beatles fan, you already have 1, 2, and 3. So you're just buying them again. They're causing you to double dip to get what you want. That's just monstrous to me. That's terrible. That's a terrible way to treat your supporters. That's a terrible way to treat your fans. But the Beatles camp, whoever they are, whoever's in charge of these decisions, obviously could not give two shits less. They're there for this. And I don't know who's in charge. I don't know who's making the decisions, but this just has Giles Martin's stench all over it. And I hate, people are like, the Beatles are coming out with Anthology 4. I don't like to put it like that because it's not the there's two of them are no longer with us. I think Ringo just goes, where do I sign? And Paul McCartney, I think, is probably a little more involved. But this just, I don't know who's the real brains behind making everybody double dip on three album sets to get the new one. But that's a terrible way to treat supporters, and I will not be partaking in that. If it's available for streaming, I'll stream it. If it becomes available separately later on, I may consider getting it. Maybe I'll wait and see if... I mean, you know what? I probably won't even do that because I don't like to give money to companies. I would rather support something else. Maybe something even outside of music that's organic and appreciative of the hard-earned money that the its patrons are giving it. So no, it's going to be a no for me on buying all 3 anthologies over again just to get to anthology 4. And if you are still on the side of it's not a cash grab, well, if you think about it, everything's a cash grab. No, everything is not a cash grab, but this certainly is. Oh, I'm Robert Fitton. Thanks for watching.